Hi, I'm Dave Stelzl, and we're here talking about my new book, which is called Event Marketing: 7 Steps to Profitability Through Lunch and Learns and Sales Events. And so, anyway, as I was saying, this book is really about re-engineering the Lunch and Learn event. When I go around and I talk to resellers about what they're doing with marketing, most of them aren't really doing any marketing. But then when I bring up Lunch and Learns, they frequently say, well, Lunch and Learns don't work. When I hear Lunch and Learn, I'm thinking about the VAR. I'm thinking about some kind of product pitch, bringing in a technical person to talk about some widget. This book is really about re-engineering that marketing event and turning it into a powerful marketing machine. One of the biggest questions that comes up is, how do I get the right people there? How do I get buyers there? How do I get executives to come out? The average executive gets so many invitations, especially in a major city. They don't want to go out to another lunch and learn. And if they think for a moment that it's going to be a room full of technical people, of IT people who are evaluating a new technology, or some local manufacturer vendor rep or channel manager or SE is going to be there with a slideshow, and they're reading these bullets to them about some technology, or showing these complicated technical slides with the layers and the ISO model, the 7 layers, the layer 3. This isn't relevant to their business. So in the book, I'm talking about changing that and making this a powerful educational event. It's kind of like getting invited to a Gartner event. They paid their own way. They bought their own plane ticket. They took a week off from work to go to this technology event, but it was strategy, it was trends, it was analysts speaking. Why can't the Lunch and Learn be this kind of event? I talk about funding. Many resellers are getting the message from the manufacturer, we don't have any MDF, we don't have any marketing dollars to hand you to do marketing anymore. And then I speak to other resellers, and they're getting MDF, but they're getting it with a push to go to a trade show or to set up a certain kind of event that they know themselves is not going to have any return on investment. What's the key to getting continuous funding? It's ROI. At the end of the day, the manufacturer doesn't really care what you do. They just want to drive product sales. They want to drive brand. They want to drive reputation, and they want to see incremental business coming in through the channel. If I can show an ROI to some type of event, even if it's something that the manufacturer's never thought of before, then I've got something very powerful. I'm going to get marketing dollars given to me. I look at this as writing a business plan. It's like going out for angel investment dollars, or going to a capital investment firm and saying, hey, can you give me money to build this business? But when the channel doesn't come through with return on investment, then the vendor has no more money to spend. Money is being scrutinized by executive management. The decision level has perhaps been pushed up, just like it has in the average account. I need greater justification if I'm going to get money given to me to do this event. So this book talks about how do we change this event. And the key element in the book comes down to conversion rate. How do I convert people from sitting to buying? And actually, if you break it down, there are a number of points of inflection along the way, a conversion process I call it. And I take the reader through every aspect of this. See, it's not really one point of conversion. It's not sitting in seats to buying. It actually backs up before that. It's making a phone call and getting an executive to agree to come to an event. That's a point of conversion. And once I have that conversion, now how do I get that person to take another step? If the executive hears there's a high likelihood that you have problems in your organization, let's say in the security space, for instance, and it's done by trends and by business liability rather than products and technology, technical acronyms. If I can show the executive that there's a high likelihood that they'll suffer harm, but they won't see it until it's too late. If I draw the analogy as though they're on the verge of a heart attack, is it at least worth taking a look? Is it at least worth having that physical? Perhaps I can get them to do some form of assessment. It could be any kind of offering, but it's got to be something that executive can see and say yes to right there in that event. If I wait, my conversion rate goes down. If I have a mixed audience, executives and IT, my conversion rate goes down. It turns out there are many things that can bring down my conversion rate, and there are many things that can push up my conversion rate. So when someone says to me, lunch and learns don't work, I pull out my conversion chart and I say, well, let's break it down. Let's look and see at what point is it failing for you. Are you getting people to the event? Are they the right people? Can you convert them to the next step? How about the next step? And where is the breakdown? Most of the time that breakdown is right up front. They're not getting executives to the event. Why? It could be the speaker, it could be the topic, it could be the venue, it could be a number of things, and in the book I list it out. It's like a cookbook, it's a recipe, and it works. The event has the potential to be one of the most powerful marketing programs out there. It's about 100 pages, it's easy to read, it's easy to follow. If you follow the recipe, it will work. So I invite you to read this book. This book will change the way you do business.